Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. At the USA Peanut Congress, David Wright of Florida reported from the various state specialists about the peanut crop, the varieties, and the startup this season. In Alabama, Chris Balcom of Auburn University said there was no change in the acreage from last year. It'll still be about 180,000 acres, and the main variety this year will be the Georgia 06G variety for runners, along with the Georgia 16HO, that's high oleic, the Georgia 12Y, the Flow Run 331, and the TIF NVHO, and the Auburn or AU NPL 17. A lot of varieties being planted in Alabama. The main concerns by growers, he said, are insects, disease, and fertility. The fertility being washed away sometime by too much rain. The main problem is so far has been thrips. Seedling diseases have been in place, he said, but nothing compared to last year. He said the quality of seed was excellent this year. Cool and wet early gave us a slow start, which delayed planting. Therefore, we have a later crop this year. On planting, he said 50% twin row, 50% some type of reduced tillage, and also applying some insecticides at planting in the furrow.
We are back and in person. You don't want to miss the biggest ag event of the year, the Citrus, Vegetable, and Specialty Crop Expo, August 18th and 19th at the Lee Civic Center, Fort Myers, Florida. Growers pre-register now at citrusexpo.net to be eligible to win a John Deere gun safe provided by Everglades Equipment Group. This event would not be possible without sponsors like SQM, Citrus Research Development Foundation, Tessenderlo Curley, Syngenta, Cardin and Associates, Agro Research International, and Philip Ruck's Citrus Nursery. Get all the details at citrusexpo.net. That's citrusexpo.net.
For more on today's news, we invite you to log on to southeastagnet.com. I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
With an unprecedented city election on September 21st and public safety being an important topic for the citizens of Ocala, the Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 129 and the Professional Firefighters of Ocala Local 2135 will be hosting a City Council and Mayoral Candidates Forum at the Community Building at MLK First Responders Campus, located at 625 Northwest MLK Boulevard on July 29th from 6 to 9 p.m. It's open to the public, limited seating. These two unions hope to get each other's candidates' stance on public safety issues and how each candidate's policies will impact the citizens of Ocala.
know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services.
That could be considered.
The warm weather deals just keep getting better at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. Want to hear some of the examples from this week's ad? Well, there's a fabulous mix-or-match sale on flowering shrubs. Everything from Alamanda to New Zealand tea.
No.
Tell your listeners.
Here we go. Broadcasting from the Ocala.
I have a phobia of airplanes. Of flying.
Yeah, but that's why they took the doors off, so you feel more.
Right? No.
Didn't work?
And it didn't work. So I had to overcome that phobia. In 2010, I actually walked off of a plane.
What do you mean walk? Oh.
I had gotten on it. I was headed somewhere.
You mean a regular
A regular commercial airline. It was about 5:30 in the morning, and it had stormed all night the night before, and I just knew that I was going to die. So I truly had, I should say, I don't still have, but I truly had a phobia.
Wow.
Didn't sleep, got on the plane.
And the lightning just
could not do it, and walked off.
took a bus.
And I ended up not going on my trip. So that was the point, that was the turning point that I said, all right, enough is enough. You've got to overcome this.
Pull up the bootstraps and go, huh?
Yeah, and I think that just comes from, as a child, I never flew. I never went anywhere or had to fly.
We drove everywhere, yeah, we drove.
And my early adult life, I maybe flew twice.
I was 19 first time I went on a plane.
I think I was 21,
Yeah.
22. So anyway, at that point in time, I decided that I had to overcome that.
Yeah.
And it's been interesting, but when they took me up in that helicopter, it was really funny.
Deja vu?
It wasn't deja vu. It was
that's
all
good.
good. Yeah, at that point,
Maybe they were worried about you going, and they left the doors off.
I don't have motion sickness, thank goodness.
Oh.
No, the helicopter has no doors. That old one had no doors. There just were no doors. That was how it flew, and it was Don Standridge, I believe, was the pilot, and he was in my ear, Mickey Thomason from Greenways Trails with the state.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was in my ear explaining everything to me.
You followed the
We went up the Ocala over the Rodman. It was there was something coming up, and there was something that we had to see. That was early on in my earlier years, and so I can't remember exactly what it was now. But he was in my ear telling me what I was looking at, and I'll never forget. The pilot looked at him and said, "She can't hear a thing you're saying right now." And I couldn't. I was petrified. It took me a couple minutes.
They noticed.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I mean, that was... So the sheriff's helicopter that they have now is much different than that helicopter.
Come in, yeah. And they come in nice and smooth.
Very nice and smooth, and it has some of, a technology that we are very fortunate to have here in Marion County when it comes to crime fighting.
I could have sworn they had like a big bubble in the front. I don't know if it's a camera or if it's a big light in the front or not. I don't know.
There is camera equipment that, and I believe they've shown some of the things that they've done, some of the people that they've caught because of that, and they've told me some of the stories, and we're very, very fortunate. It was the right thing to do.
Well, yeah, not only for offenders,
correct,
but search and rescue.
Correct.
And that's a biggie. So that as they say, that's a no-brainer.
The infrared technology is amazing.
Yeah. So when that budget came up, and the public can sit in on these, correct or not?
Absolutely.
So I don't think there was any objections, was there?
No, that was a sales tax initiative. So we told the citizens of Marion County. That was the 2016 sales tax initiative.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah.
And it was in the list of the things that we were going to do with the penny sales tax. Had the voters pass that, which they did.
Yeah.
And
Is that is that gone now?
No, we renewed it in 2020.
I thought we did, but I wasn't sure. Yeah.
That sales tax has been a public safety
For a penny, it's like
saver for Marion County because everyone pays that, and that's the thing that I always
even the
people
tourists,
who don't live here,
even the tourists,
30% of people who don't live here who come here and use our services,
any service.
They're helping to pay for that. You know, all the times that Marion County Fire Rescue has to go onto I-75
right,
because of people just passing through. That equipment that they're taking up there,
that's that penny working.
It's our penny working, and it's not just property owners that are paying for it.
Right.
So I'm a big sales tax proponent. Always have been, always will be.
For a penny.
For a penny? Are you kidding me?
Well, see, that's the numbers. 370,000 people in Marion County plus, and then the amount of tourism that comes in here. And speaking of tourism, what a segue that is.
That was great.
Yeah, like that. During the meeting, you were talking about tourism.
Sure.
We're talking about the meeting that just happened Tuesday, by the way.
So we are seeing a huge rebound in our tourism, and we generated more than $340,000 from the tourism development tax over the past 3 months.
Huh?
Yeah, that's more than 3 times what the county generated from April to June of last year, and rightfully so, with everything being shut down. Last year, we barely exceeded $100,000 in tourism tax revenue because of the COVID pandemic closures. And so these numbers make it even clearer that Marion County is open for business.
Now, when you do your budgets and what have you, do they give you an idea of what, when you say tourists coming in, what they're coming in for?
Sure. You know, it used to be that we were focused.
That's a new
what kind of a word is that?
That's a tired word. That was yesterday's word. They were focused.
We used to be so
focused,
pinpoint focused on marketing our springs, and we did a lot of sports destination tourism marketing, where like Shocker Park, Rotary, we host a lot of events out there, tournaments that bring in a lot of tourist dollars. But now there's a lot more with the WEC, the World Equestrian Center.
No.
That's bringing people in like crazy.
And we haven't even started with the concerts there yet, the big ones yet.
No. And with everything that's happened, with the growth that we've seen in different places, people are coming to Marion County. They're not just moving here now, but they're coming here to visit, which is something that we've been working on for many years. It helps our small businesses, especially our businesses that are in the hospitality industry, restaurants.
One more up, the motels.
Yes.
They don't build motels or hotels, both either or, because they go through the studies and they're 10 years out, 15 years out or more. They know what's happening before Mr. JP Public doesn't know.
Right.
But one's going up, what's happening? I always say that. You're building one, what's going to happen, kind of thing.
Right.
So what are the tourism things we have?
Well, I mean, there's a lot here to attract tourists. Obviously, as I talked about the WEC, we're the horse capital of the world. And then, you've got acres of beautiful horse farms, but we've got our springs, Silver Springs, Rainbow Springs, and then there's the thing that I don't think we remember on a daily basis, the Ocala National Forest. We've got our Santos Trail,
That's right.
our
I go by there every
Greenway.
day. Yeah. Now the Greenway, that is just for foot or bicycle traffic.
And horses.
Horse, I forgot about horses.
Yeah, and they're going to be closing the gaps over in the Dunellen area for that trail, and we are gonna be part of the Heart of Florida Loop.
Oh, really?
That is going to be the largest paved trail system in the state, I believe.
And I go by 1, 2, 3, 4 trails on the way in. After I don't even know the name of the road. But it says the Greenway on it. There's signs, the Greenway, and speed limit drops down to 35. And I've seen many people run across. I see bicyclists, and once in a while I see the horse.
But you're on 95th down by Bellevue Santos, 441 and 475.
Well,
runs between them.
Yes, yeah, it's not Santos.
No. We've got the beautiful canopied road. It's
That's
a
the one.
beautiful
That's the
canopied
canopied road.
drive.
That's the one I go by every single day, twice a day. And I've seen the horses go by.
Yep.
And I mean, if I'm far away, I don't care who got behind me. I slow right down because the cyclist can see me everything. A horse, I don't want to spook the horse, so I just slow right down. I'll even stop if I see the horse and let him go.
So, and the other thing too now, a lot of cyclists, but I will tell you, I bought a road bike several years ago.
A road bike?
Not a motorcycle, a road bike. So bicycles, you've got
electric.
No, I didn't get an electric one. I bought one that you know, it's called a road bike because you ride it on the road. You don't take it off road.
Oh, different tires then?
Different tires, different type of bike. And I rode it a couple of times out on 31st, and it was very intimidating. I gave that up. Yeah.
Quickly.
Because you can't see what's coming behind
unless you got that little mirror
unless you have the little mirror. I didn't have the little mirror. And you can't hear, and I don't know, unless you're with a big group, I just think people don't pay attention. They're on their phones. They're messing with their radios.
Well, that greenway where I drove through, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 paths that go across, but only one of them is the paved one.
Right.
The other one are all dirt, and like I say, they just come through there, but they have a miniature stop sign for pedestrians for them. They pay attention though.
Oh yeah.
They pay attention. So.
Well, I would be remiss if I didn't thank our Tourist Development Council, as well as our director, Loretta Schaefer, and our staff over at the Ocala Marion County Visitors and Convention Bureau.
That's right on 40th?
Right on 40th.
East Silver Springs Boulevard.
Yes,
still.
right there.
It looked like Howard.
It used to be the old Wells Fargo Bank.
Oh.
We bought that. The county bought that several years ago, and our Ocala Marion County Visitor Center is located there, as well as we rehoused the Guardian Ad Litem program there because it makes so much sense for them to be there because they're right across from the courthouse.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
So they needed a new home, and it worked out.
Because they were near Magnolia or something before, and then they moved over there, correct?
Guardian Ad Litem or Visitors Bureau? Visitors Bureau was where the old Ocala National Bank is.
Okay. Yeah.
Then we were there, and then Main Street Community Bank bought that. They're there now.
Right. Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom. So you know, they that team works very, very hard. They had to completely pivot last year when everything closed in order to redesign their advertising approach to capitalize on our wide open spaces and unforgettable places, because remember last year nobody wanted to go anywhere where you had to be inside. So pivoted last year, focused it on. I did it again.
Focused.
I know. What is wrong with me today?
You need coffee.
I think I had too much coffee. I've got that. What do they call it? Tip of the tongue. The caffeine gets you going, and the words come faster than you can say them.
The brain is saying go, and the mouth saying I'll catch up eventually.
So anyway, they refocused on promoting our outdoor spaces and unforgettable places, and now this year, you know, we're back to talking about everything, including the indoor spaces.
No, that is not
that
under
are here.
That is not under the county budget, though.
Yes.
They are, but they're located in the city.
Correct.
Okay. Now,
their building is located in the city.
Right.
So are our governmental complexes.
This is true. Yeah, McPherson Complex.
Yeah. No,
I'll
but
sit
they are.
corrected. It's okay.
But they are funded from the tourist tax.
The tourist tax. That's the bed tax or whatever you call it. Okay. When they market, they're marketing outside of Ocala. They're not marketing. That's outside buys. How far out do they reach? Do you know?
Oh, we go
North Carolina,
up
South
into
Carolina?
the Northeast. We go everywhere.
Bring them in here. Come see. See. Because I haven't seen I haven't seen the ads yet, and that would be, I guess you would call it a boost to the morale for the people in Ocala to see these. They should be just present somewhere where they can go in and find them, just to be able to say, this is what our tax dollars are the taxes from the bed, because they're not coming out of our pockets. But
no, they don't come out of our pockets.
But to see how our people here, for lack of words, our people here are working to get the tourism, to get other people to know. And I know it's working because we're at the tune of 150 per week or per month coming in here permanently, moving into Marion County that I've heard. So I'm not sure on that. It's 150 a month, not a week.
So you can see some of the things that we do at ocalamarion.com. Now who's having a hard time?
It's catching, and I'm over 6 feet away. Ocalamarion.com. Okay, ocalamarion.com. There we go. You look that up, and you'll be able to see what they're doing here, who produced them. And believe it or not, I don't think they bring crews from out of state here to do the videos and all that and the script and everything. I bet there's a lot of local people working on that.
There's a lot of local people that work on that. As a matter of fact, when we did our first big advertising campaign many years ago, we used local people. And if you look at any of the old ads, you'll probably see some folks that you know in there.
Yeah.
They did a casting call for local folks.
Did they really?
They went out on the rivers. They went shopping downtown. They went to the restaurants.
There's a lot to do in Marion County. That is for sure. If you're an outdoor person at all, you don't have to worry about that. And now finally that we're going indoors, we've got a lot working to it. And the county lines and city lines are really, really tight towards the city. So before you know it, you're in the county.
Correct.
And that's where you step in.
That's where we step in.
And your cronies.
My cronies? No, I wouldn't call them cronies.
Why not?
You talking about the other commissioners?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll hear about it.
Yes, right. You will.
That's right. Joe at WOCA.com. There we go. That's no problem. No problem. I get along with everybody, so I know everybody. I know all you fine folks there.
We've got a good team.
A heck of a good team. And I cleaned that up. Usually I say a hell of a good team. Oh, it came out anyway. But
we are seeing some really tremendous things happening in our county, and it's taken many years to get us to this place.
I think it re-education, I would say, to get everybody on board to say, listen, this is the way it was. Everybody's moving. Why aren't we moving? And now you're moving with all the industry that's coming in here and all the, I can't say industry. It's it is an industry. It's a service industry. I'm old, so when I say industry, I'm thinking of steel mills and wire mills and things like that. But this industry is service orientated.
Well, there's service orientated. There's distribution centers.
That's what I mean, service.
There is manufacturing. We have so much going for us.
You don't know.
We have hit all of the areas that we intended to reach when we decided that we needed to make sure that we weren't just construction, real estate, boom and bust. When we made the decision that in order to be an economically viable community, we had to diversify our economic base.
Yeah.
We're hitting on all cylinders.
Ah!
Maybe next week or in 2 weeks I'll come in and we'll just completely talk about that instead of what happened at the last commission meeting, unless there's something super exciting that happened at the last commission meeting.
So this last one was basically a budget meeting.
No, we had our budget workshops last week. We were in budget workshops from 9 to 5. So Monday, Tuesday. We took Wednesday off. We were back in Thursday morning and Friday morning.
Right.
And so that's the first part of the budget process. We start working on our budgets in January, February. We do a strategic planning session in January.
Right.
All of the departments get their budgets together, and then they turn them into the county administrator. He starts going through them in March, April, and then they finalize everything so that it can be, I'm trying to remember if it's June 1st that it has to be in, and then we go into workshops in July generally, and that's when every department, every constitutional officer, your court systems, we have the prosecutor's office, state attorney's office. Everybody comes before us, and we sit and we go through those budgets. And then we generally take August, if there's anything that we need to work on, we work on that. And then we have 2 public hearings in September. and we encourage the public to come to those. And all of this is statutorily, it's...
A fancy word there.
Yes, it is a statutorial process that we have to go to, and everything is open to the public. So our next workshops, or our public hearings for the budget will be in September, and our first one is September the 9th at 7 p.m. And then our final public hearing for the 2021 budget, I should say 21-22 budget. I don't know why they did
Let
that.
it slide.
Oh, I'm gonna have to call somebody.
Yeah. Well, I've.
September 23rd, 7 o'clock.
Okay.
That's the final hearing. So, folks, if you're
From
listening,
January all the way.
yes,
So when is it? September?
September 23rd is the final hearing.
At what time?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. See, I have followed the county commissioners and tried to follow their schedule. And it is like, say what? And I'm privileged. I really am. I really thank you and the other commissioners for coming in here and letting our listeners know what the heck's going on, rather than just saying, what do the commissioners do, kind of thing, which is, I think, is outstanding. I really appreciate you. And I also appreciate you that you're pro-veteran, big time.
Absolutely.
That comes from the heart.
Thank you.
That comes from the heart. And on that note, we thank Commissioner Kathy Bryant for stopping in again, and we'll see you next month already.
Yes, already.
Already.
Can you believe that? You realize the holidays are going to be here before we know it.
Oh, there you go. There you go. More things that happen in the county. Thank you, Kathy, for coming in so much. Very much so.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll be back with more Ellen Talk right after this. Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
We'll have partly sunny